At that time, I was only 19 years old, young, innocent, and unaware of how harsh and complicated life could be. I had not yet learned the difference between life's sweetness and its bitterness. I had been married only a short while earlier. My husband, Samandar, was a good man, kind-hearted, hard-working, and deeply responsible. Just 3 months after our wedding, circumstances forced him to leave for Russia to earn money. We both understood that this sacrifice was necessary for our family and for the future we hoped to build together. The day he left, an unusual silence settled over our home. My mother-in-law and father-in-law were kind, respectful people. They treated me with warmth, care, and genuine affection. However, there was another person living in the house, my brother-in-law, Didar. He was 27 years old, tall, reserved, and serious by nature. He rarely spoke. Even during the wedding, I noticed that he looked at me with a cold and distant smile. At the time, I brushed it off, assuming it was simply part of his personality. During the first week after my husband's departure, nothing felt out of the ordinary. I stayed busy with household chores alongside my mother-in-law, who lovingly referred to me as my child. My father-in-law would leave early each morning for work and return late in the evening, exhausted. Didar usually came home late at night, often after midnight, because he worked night shifts. One evening, something felt different for the first time. I was setting the dinner table and washing dishes when Didar walked into the room. He did not greet me. Instead, he stood there silently, staring at me. I quickly lowered my eyes and continued with my work. He paused near me, as if he wanted to say something. His gaze felt disturbing, almost as if he was not looking at me, but through me. I quietly walked away. At that moment, I did not understand the meaning behind those looks. Perhaps I didn't want to understand. As the days passed, his staring became more frequent. My mother-in-law noticed nothing unusual. My father-in-law was rarely at home, and I found myself alone more often than not. At night, I would hold my phone and message my husband. "I'm fine. Everything is okay. I'm waiting for you." But deep inside me, those unfamiliar and unsettling looks kept disturbing my peace. One night, I went to the kitchen to get a glass of water. The house was dark, lit only by faint moonlight filtering through the window. As I turned to go back, the door suddenly opened. Didar walked in. He hadn't even changed his clothes. There was a sense of urgency in his movements. He stopped directly in front of me and stared again with those same unreadable eyes. "Are you awake at this hour?" he asked softly. "I came to get some water," I replied, trying to hide my fear. He smiled. That smile sent a shiver through my entire body. He slowly stepped closer. I instinctively stepped back. "Please don't," I said. "If you want to talk, we can do it in the morning." My voice trembled as I spoke. He took another step toward me. At that moment, my heart stopped listening to reason. I ran to my room and locked the door behind me. My heart was racing. I couldn't sleep the entire night. 2 days later, he came home late again. This time, I stayed inside my room like a terrified child. The house was silent when I heard soft footsteps in the hallway. He stopped, right outside my door. My breathing grew heavy. Every tiny sound echoed loudly in my ears. After that night, he began trying to get closer to me more openly. Even when he tried to hide his behavior, his lingering looks, his words, and the way he deliberately slowed his steps when passing near me filled me with dread. I only felt safe when my mother-in-law was nearby. Whenever I was alone, my heart remained restless. An unspoken but constant sense of danger began to consume me from the inside. I finally decided to take control. One morning after breakfast, while my mother-in-law was cleaning the kitchen, I spoke, holding back tears and forcing a smile. "Mom, I feel scared at night. I feel like someone is moving around the house." She looked up at me in surprise. She didn't say anything, but the question was clear in her eyes. Telling the full truth could have shattered the family, but hiding it had become impossible. That night, I made a firm decision. If he came again, I would speak up. That same night, the door opened quietly once more. He had returned. The sound of footsteps froze the blood in my veins. He stopped outside my door. This time, he didn't just stand there. He gently touched the door. In that moment, I gathered every ounce of courage I had and shouted loudly, "Mom, Didar is here again at night." The entire house woke up. My mother-in-law rushed out. My father-in-law woke up as well. Didar stepped back, but it was too late. Everyone saw him. My mother-in-law stood frozen. In her eyes, I saw shame, pain, anger, and deep disappointment. My father-in-law grabbed Didar and took him outside. That night, their argument echoed throughout the neighborhood. I sat alone in my room, wanting to cry and scream, yet no tears would come. My mother-in-law came in and held me tightly. "My child, forgive me. This is my fault," she said, her voice trembling. The next day, Didar was forced out of the house. For an entire month, my father-in-law couldn't even look at me or his wife. My mother-in-law protected me as if I were her own daughter. I told my husband everything. He cried, apologized, and said, "I'm coming back immediately." After that, life slowly began to calm down. But that experience taught me something important. Sometimes a woman's greatest courage is not running away from fear, but acknowledging it and asking for help. After Didar left, a heavy silence filled the house. No one spoke much. My in-laws avoided my eyes, but I never blamed them. None of this was my fault. A month later, Samandar returned home. He held me tightly, as if he would never let go. For the first time in weeks, I felt truly safe. With time, the fear faded. The memories remained, but they no longer controlled me. I survived. I spoke up. And that changed everything. If you want, I can now.